it's T here. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. Today we are going to do this very purpley mauve dark night out makeup look. So I did more of a monochromatic type of look today, and I do hope you guys enjoy. If you want to see how I got this eye look and makeup look, then keep on watching. Okay, so today I don't really have a structure plan, but what I do have is a lot of fun makeup to try, and I really want to start putting some makeup on my face. I have the Alaskan tinted mineral sunscreen underneath, and so that's why I look like this. And I just got off of work. We're looking a little bit, I'm not putting on makeup to get ready for work or anything like that. This is like me, end of the day, we're winding down, and this is like my only time to like decompress and like really just put makeup on. So before we do that, I already prepped my lip with lip balm because it's been like really hot and like drier here that I just feel extra chappy. The lip balm that I'm using today is from Edam, and I know they have like other shades out right now. We're just gonna do our brows really quickly. This portion is like pretty boring, but I just wanted to update everybody on like the brow product. This Maybelline one is Chef's Kiss. It's not that I prefer it over the L'Oreal. They're both like the same for me, just simply because they both have like the prongs. The only difference is this is a 3-prong and the L'Oreal is a 2-prong. So in terms of like speed, the 3-prong makes it easier to draw on my brows, if anything. So yeah, we're just gonna speed through the brows a little bit just because this is boring and I'm not really using anything new, but I just wanted to update you guys on how I feel about the Maybelline brow insert, that I really like it. And I knew I was gonna like it just simply because of the prongs. Like, it looks exactly the same. I just needed to really test out the formula wear time. It wears very long, by the way, and this is like also like to make sure like the combo of a brow pencil with the brow pen, it definitely makes the product last a lot longer. But I did use it when I first tried it by itself, and it lasted all day. Noted, you're not gonna be like, I'm gonna jump into the pool and this is gonna stay on. It's not advertised as like waterproof or sweat proof. I do not think so. Okay, now that we have that drawn out, I'm gonna pop this on. Okay, so I have been getting some packages, and does this happen to anybody? But USPS like requires signatures on some of the packages that I buy, and like sometimes I'm like home and other times I am not. But this time when they delivered a package, I was home and I did not hear the bell, like my ring. Like, we have a ring camera that they can just ring and it'll like literally blast all over like Alexa and stuff. So I was like actually really shocked that it didn't ring, because why? So there's that. I was just like shocked. And so I checked my ring camera, and the USPS postman never rang the doorbell. Like, it was like the weirdest thing. I wish I could show you, but then I don't like think you guys can see my neighborhood, my street, and all that stuff. But bottom line is that I watched him on the ring camera. Like, this is like way after when I saw, like, I opened the door and I got like some Amazon packages, and like they leave like this slip. And so they leave the slip, and I was like, okay, you didn't even ring. like actually ring the doorbell. Gonna go in with the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes in Sandstone and just prime my eyes, our usual. And we're just gonna sit here and chill. There's not, I'll like mention the product and stuff, but forgive me if I end up just like yapping and not mentioning the product. It will all be listed in the description box below. And also forgive me if I'm like lagging behind on the description box because I try to get the video up first and then I'll like try to go back in and like list the product because otherwise it'll take like a really long time with work and making sure that the videos are uploaded at a sufficient time and with like a thumbnail and stuff. So it's definitely, you know, a lot. So sometimes my description box will be a little bit delayed, but just check back. It should be like within the week that I have it like ready to go. I'm gonna go in with the Rare Beauty makeup palette. I am thinking of like putting like a base down, but we're gonna be a little funky today. I usually am a neutral girl, but I'm leaning towards a more cool tone, mauvier eye look today. Like I'm just gonna put like a base and a transition color down because that's what I usually do all the time. So I'm just gonna put a transition shade down. And again, I just sweep it so very lightly. Also, I'm sorry about this because it's so cute that like, and it's cushion, like a cushion. It's a Squishmallow cat and I got it because it reminds me of Simba. I would have gone like both, but I didn't find a white one for Tokyo. I only saw like this yellow one. And so I got it and it reminds me of Simba. And also like me, I sit all day. I try to make sure I keep my back straight and like very like posture and stuff. I know I'm just like sounding like, oh my god, posture and stuff. You gotta do what you gotta do so your back doesn't hurt. And yeah, it just makes the chair so much more comfier. So it's a Squishmallow if any of you guys are wondering. And then I'm just gonna buff the outer crease and really build this up because we are getting fun, very fun. And then you guys are like, oh my god, you're doing like your neutral, everyday shadow look. I'm like, I swear, it's gonna be a little bit more fun than what I'm usually doing. And we're just gonna keep blending and deepening that outer edge. Oh, I forgot, sorry, I didn't tell you guys. These are the two shadows that I'm using in the Rare Beauty palette. It's called Sunlit Spirits and Finest Fizz. So those are the two shades that I'm just buffing on the outer edge, and I'm really focusing that and also focusing in and in the corner and making sure we really blend that crease and swirling it, and it makes me look like I have a bigger eye space. That's really what we're getting at here. Okay, then we're gonna go into this Wet n Wild. It's like Petalette, but these are soft and the packaging isn't the greatest. And yeah. Oh, also, speaking of nails, have you guys seen my newest set? Oh my gosh, it's chrome French, and then I got these two done, and it was like I'm due for a new nail set, and 4th of July is coming up, so I thought it would be something festive, but also wearable because 4th of July is just like one day out of like the entire month. So I wanted something a little bit more wearable, but also like just a touch of like festivity. So yeah, I'm gonna grab that purple shit with this brush and I'm going to just blend the top of the crease. Like we're really defining each area in each section. And yeah, make it a little bit more mauvier purple crease, and also blowing this out. Like we're going there to like areas that we've never gone before, is like we're blowing it all the way up to our brow bones like so. And sometimes it'll feel uncomfortable, but don't worry, I'll teach you guys how to clean it afterwards, promise. Pinky swear. And then I'm gonna take a more precise brush and dip into this purple shade and really focus that outer edge, like a lot of the pigment there. In the makeup world, I haven't really discovered any new palettes out right now, so I'm like looking into like some indie brands that will have what I'm looking for. So if you guys have any recommendations of an indie brand that you want me to try, I am all about it. I did place an order and I've never heard of this brand before. So, and it's on Ulta, but I've never heard, and like currently the only reason why I'm hearing about it now is like I'm so invested in Ulta. I feel like Ulta carries a lot of brands that are like not super mainstream. Of course, they'll have like all the stuff in Sephora as well, but I end up finding like random goodies drugstore as well inside of Ulta. Like I can get my drugstore and high-end bougie fix all in one place. That's how I feel when I go into Ulta. So anyway, I went down like the rabbit hole, and when I go down the rabbit hole, I tend to like discover like other brands that I've never seen in my whole entire life. So we're just blending, and also don't mind the outer edges because we're actually gonna go and clean that up in just a second. Okay, so never be afraid to actually be very messy with this because you can always go in and clean it right after. I'm gonna do the same on the other eye. Alrighty. So what we're gonna do here is actually clean this up so that it's not as purple. Just gently in this area. And I always like to do my shadow before like doing my complexion. Okay, so I'm not gonna swipe it so hard because this area is very delicate. So just a little bit like so, just enough pressure to clean it. Okay, now that we have this on, I want to first put on some liner, and I'm very excited for this part because this is a fresh new eyeliner. It's Perversian from Urban Decay, and this is like throwback to like the classics. And I'm gonna go in with this shade just simply because I'm going for like smoked out. Like we are going there today. And then what I like to do, if you guys are new to my channel, welcome. I'm T, and what I usually do after I put on my kohl liner, I like to go back in with the darkest shade that I use in this palette and give it a little smudge, like so, just to make sure the edges are blended. Just simply because I have hooded eyes and they are uneven, I try to make sure that the lines aren't so sharp that it's like unnoticeable or whatever. Okay, so there's that, and I'm gonna do the same in the other eye. Like we're really smoking and giving this like a deep plum romantic nighttime eye look. That's what I'm going for today. So we're gonna do the same on the other eye. I wear contacts, so I try to give myself time to blink and making sure that like the liner or shadow doesn't get into my contacts because it gets irritated really fast. Really, really fast. And especially with the drier weather, I try to like use eye drops a lot more than I normally would. Okay. Now that we have that all situated, I'm gonna put on an eyelid tip and I will show you guys like the next step to this eye makeup. Okay, I do want to clean up these liners further. I usually use micellar water, but today I've been wanting to use this, but I keep forgetting about it. But I purchased this Half Magic. This is the Flik Eraser Makeup Correcting Pen. I've been meaning to use this for some time now, and then I just kept forgetting about it, and yeah. Also, just noting is that I put eyelid tape on both eyes because I want both eyes to be like extremely like wide open. I just feel like this look really needs it. So this is what the pen looks like. Very sleek. It's like this like it's like skinny and then fatter as well. And this is what the eraser pen looks like. It's like a, what is that called? Like if you guys watch like any medical show, like a 10 blade, you guys know what I'm talking about, but like a smaller version of that. I don't know, maybe I'm just like psycho right now, but you know what I'm saying. So I don't know, like maybe I should just go for it. I'm like gonna look straight up and cut that like that with the edge. So that's what I'm doing. Wow, it's like a makeup eraser, literally. That is sharply sharp. Yeah, it does the job. I want to say like the only thing is like this gets dirty very fast. I can already see it. I don't know how you would clean this. It does what it's supposed to do. It's giving me this sharp line, but also nothing that my micellar water and con pad cannot do. So, you know, if you guys don't want to purchase micellar water and con pad and go through that entire process, then this definitely cuts the eyeliner just fine. But I always like to do the micellar water just simply because I have a lot of other usage for it, like taking off my makeup and like just, you know, doing the eyeliner or cleaning. Like it's always there and it'll always like remove my makeup, if that makes sense. And this one, like it removes it and it does a crisp line. I'll still keep using it because I bought it and you guys know me. This is more for like when you are traveling. This one, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, I'm actually gonna be using lashes today, but before I pop on some lashes, I just want a little shimmer and sparkle. So I'm gonna use this Bobbi Brown Crystal eyeshadow stick and just pop it into the center of my lid. And I'm actually gonna just use the tip of my finger and just pop this like right on my lid. Also because like I put eyelid tape on, so if this goes on the eyelid tape, it's gonna mess up the product. I just don't want it to mess up the actual product. I just would prefer to apply it with the tips of my finger. Ooh, ooh, ooh. We look like we're gonna go out tonight, girlfriends. We look bejazzed right now. I just, we're like in this smoky, sultry, like vixen eye type of look. Okay, I'm gonna apply a little bit of mascara. I'm still working on the Maybelline Sky Tube mascara, and I did give you guys some thoughts on this, but if you missed my previous videos and didn't catch my thought on this mascara, I think that it is the best mascara at the drugstore right now. And it's just, I haven't found like a better drugstore mascara. And I wouldn't even consider Thrive or Simi Haze a drugstore brand. Like they're more like indie. I don't think you find Thrive on like Ulta or Sephora. I could be wrong though. But in my opinion, this is so good for a tubing mascara from the drugstore. It's not like cheap. Mascaras used to be like $5, but with the economy you see, this mascara I believe right now is like 12, 13. I don't remember how much it is, but I know it's like in the double digits. Okay, I'm gonna apply some lashes. I'm using the Ardell 421s, just popping them in my outer corner. I just don't like wearing like full lashes anymore because it literally irritates the inner corner. And I know if I apply it correctly and all that jazz, it won't poke, but for some reason by the end of the day, especially with my oily eyes, they won't last. Where is my lash glue? Oh, it's right here. Oh, actually, I have one better. Not one better. It's the House of Lashes in dark. I purchased this from Sephora. I should use it. I'm gonna open a new one because I do have the Ardell, no, Duo clear one, but I want to try a new one because I'm literally, if I keep leaving it here, I'm gonna forget about it. The House of Lashes, I usually use it in the clear one, but the dark one was on sale, and I do think like this look is perfect. Oh no, oh my gosh, is this old? Do you guys see that? Maybe that's why it's on sale. I'm so sad. That's why it's on sale. I should have known. I should have known. Let me put on the Duo. Like, this is my tried and true. And honestly, that's crazy because Duo, I open it and I've used it for like over a year. And for it to look the way this House of Lashes looks, this is expired or has been here for years. That's not like the best way to clear inventory, especially when I really do love buying off the sales section, but I don't expect to be buying expired makeup. Maybe that's just my own personal opinion. This in my outer corner, and it just gives like this lift, a romantic, like you still have lashes, because this look is so dark that I find that you do need a little bit of lashes just to balance everyone out. And I like to have my lashes like have a little lift to it. So this is what we have going on, just like a little something something on the outer edges. Okay, so now let's move on to complexion. I know we've been here for like an hour and I only got my eyes done. Sorry. This video definitely will be, you know, edited and cut up so that you guys are not sitting here watching me do my eyes for an hour, like actual. Okay, let's put on some foundation. And this is not so much of a foundation, it's more of a like a tinted foundation more than anything. And if you guys have watched my other video, I did a wear test on the Victoria Beckham. This is the collab with Augustine Batter, and I am still testing this out. I'm in the shade 5 Light. I did a whole day wear test for you guys, and I literally wanted to like hit myself because I'm so upset. I was ending the night with like all oil. I should have showed you guys how like the One Size Beauty, how that like blot like the entire face, because like I usually don't show that because I'm not oily right off the bat when I'm using makeup. So maybe I'll try that tonight, but I mean, I only have a few hours, so I just like come back here and like, you know, show you guys what that looks like really quickly so you guys can see how like cool it looks. Anyway, this does require a shakety shake shake, and I really like a buffer brush for this. And I also will use a makeup palette, my painter's palette. So make sure you shake this up really well because it's liquidy and it has those like the metal balls in here. So anytime you have any type of foundation that has that, make sure you shake it up really well, because most likely what is happening is that it like separates inside the container. So I'm just gonna stipple this, and I'm gonna put this over my mineral sunscreen, just simply because I've like layered a lot of foundation over my tinted mineral sunscreens before, and I've had no issues with this one. So I'm going to put the Victoria Beckham one to the test just so that I can see if it plays nicely with my sunscreen or not. And I always try to like have like a tinted sunscreen underneath. If you guys are new here, I have oily, acne prone, I have texture on my skin, and I break out a lot. So I'm currently going through like just making sure my hormones are balanced to clear up the acne. You'll see like little, like any of the shiny stuff is like zit stickers so that makeup dirt doesn't go on and make it even more uncomfortable. But I go through like microneedling sessions, I go through chemical peels, and my face has to have some like downtime and recovery time throughout the process, just simply because like literally my face looks wild, like looks like I actually like just got like someone professionally ripped my skin off and it's like shedding. And I have to wear a lot of sunscreen and sunblock to protect myself. Okay, enough blending. This like blends really nicely. You don't like actually need to, but I always am extra cautious and try to blend just so that it doesn't look like I have any demarcation and I look like a freaking floating head. So there's that. What did I want to do again? Oh, yes. Oh no. I just dropped my ciele bronzer and it like made a little dent. I'm so sad. Okay. Alrighty. Well, it is what it is. It's still usable. I'm gonna use this and just put it in areas that I usually put it in or on. I think I broke it. No! I don't think it twists down anymore. How sad. Why don't you twist down anymore? Please twist down all the way. Why does it stop? Okay. Well, I don't know why it stops, but I know it stops. So there's that. So, well, we're creating an actual mess and I'm going to close this up. Okay, I'm gonna blend this out. Again, I'm using a lot of like stuff that I've already used before, like nothing new. And I usually do that when I'm testing out new foundation or skin tints or whatever it is, to be like really fair, because if these products play well with others but not this one, I might be prepping wrong, or that this product is not good with my use, or maybe it's like the product's fault, not the other products that I like, my cult classics that I just really love and enjoy. Okay, so we're all blended. And I just want to make sure like these areas, it's really hard to cover up. Like once I blend it out, it kind of like just goes. And you know, I've been like really trying to have like this, like my skin's peeking out and it's fine. I don't need like so full coverage. I do love a good full coverage day, but sometimes you don't need it. Just a little skin peeking through is a-okay. Okay, so now that we have the bronzer all blended out, I'm going to go in with the NARS new Insatiable liquid blush. I have the shade Orgasm, Fantasy, and Orgasm. You guys already know how I feel about these names. So I am going to use Orgasm Fantasy all over my cheek, and I'm just going to use one dot because I don't know how pigmented that is. So also, if you don't know how pigmented it is, just, you know, blend it on your hand first, but we're just YOLOing it because I don't mind sitting here and blending for some time. Oh wow, that's pretty. That blended out very easily, by the way. Like easier than you think. Like it looks scary in this dollop, but just blending that out is not as bad as it looks. And then I run it over my nose. I always run it over my nose. Just like gives you that like juicy glow. And what I'm gonna do with Orgasm, is this Orgasm? Yes, this is just Orgasm, their original product. And this has like a like very similar, it's like a pinky peachy, and what I'm gonna do with this is like more of a blush topper. We're not really doing like this ombre look, we're doing more of like a glowy blush today, like a glowier look. And I love the shade Orgasm. Like that's like NARS's, like, you know, like how every single brand is like known for that one shade that just like blows everyone's socks off. Yeah, that was NARS Orgasm. Like blew up on the internet. Also noted the name is very provocative. Okay. So that's what we have on. Wow, it's like very healthy, blushy glow to the skin. And I'm gonna conceal a little bit. Haven't found a concealer that I like more than this one, so we're gonna keep using this one until we find someone that is new on the market that I want to try out. Okay, now that we've let the concealer dry down a teensy bit, we're going to stamp this out and tap it in. I always find that doing this method, I have so much more of control of the concealer, and also it just like helps with the creasing a little bit more and focusing the pigment on certain areas that I want it to like be very pigmented without like caking up the whole entire under eye. So it's like very strategic and precise concealing that I'm doing. And I drag like everything else like right underneath a little bit later, just simply because otherwise my under eyes will be way too cakey, and I don't like that type of look because I need to powder a lot. So I'm like being very mindful of like, okay, where am I placing my concealer and where am I pushing it in and where am I tapping it in to make sure that it's not looking all crazy underneath my eyes. So I've been testing this powder out and I will keep you guys posted. I've been trying this out with this specific skin, like the foundation drops from Victoria Beckham, because it's a lot dewier. And with my skin, I have to powder down. And one thing I can say is that this powder is extremely like finely milled, and I really like the compartment a lot. Like this is very well thought out. I'm not gonna use this, but if you guys want to, they have this in case you like go out and you don't bring a brush, you can still use it. So I'm not using this because I haven't found the need to actually take this out. I just really love this compartment so much. The packaging, like it's one of those that like you have to push it down really hard, so you only get what you need, and you can keep like your brush, like you can just like pick the product up on here without having to like dump it out and then like, you know, saturating your brush with the powder. And so I've been wearing this and this foundation just to, because this foundation is a lot dewier. If you watch my wear test, it's a lot dewier. So this was the perfect powder to test a much more dewier product. Okay, so now that we have that all set, what I want to do is go back in with the NARS Orgasm blush. This one, I want to bring back a little bit of this glow right here. And I also want to see how this looks over powder. And like, this just gives me like this glow and like juiciness, and also for me to look less powdery in this area. So it's all about taking away, then bring it back, layering it, layering some more, and keep layering and blending and layering and blending. So that's what it looks like. I brought a little bit of the glow and dew back. So that's that. And then, oh, okay. Also, sorry. Backtrack. Not the reason why I put the ciele contour and bronzing stick on, because I always loved that one. I was going to use that one anyway to lay down on here. But, ladies and gentlemen, ciele has came out with a bronzer that has SPF infused into it. I'm so excited. And this is in the shade Amalfi. I believe this is the second or third darkest. I think they have like 5 shades? I don't remember. But this is, I was so excited when I saw this. I was like, oh my gosh, a bronzer, a matte bronzer from Ciele that has SPF. Sign me up. And also like the bronzer underneath is also Ciele, so I'm expecting them to play well, because usually products that are made by the same brand, they usually have like the same ingredients in them, which helps and makes sure that they play well. That's usually normally when they are manufactured in the same factory. That's usually what happens. Well, this is a pretty matte bronzer, and I feel like it's gonna get a +1 from me because of SPF infused in it. Especially if you guys know me, I love SPF. I'm gonna preach. That's what I'm doing on this channel. Like, I'm gonna preach you guys to protect your skin, to make sure that you're not getting skin cancer, to make sure that, you know, your skin doesn't age. It does age, but not as fast. I got you, girl. And boys, I got you. So for lip, I'm going to finally use this. I've used this before and I swatched this before, but I gave it to my mom. So this is the Pat McGrath Labs. This is the Lip Sculpt Plush Shade Contour Duo. And I really like it so much that I purchased it again. My mom and my sister, you know, like, I give them all my makeup. I always give them my makeup products. Like, I'm not like going to be stingy on them, of course. So I give them all my makeup products. Okay, I'm just gonna take off the lip prep like I normally do. And the reason why I like this Pat McGrath lip liner so much is because it has this side, which you guys know I usually use this, like this type of, you know, like it's very similar to the Refi one, to like just blur out my lines and go overboard. And then the other side is a lip pencil. So this is a duo thingy, and I always think about like my traveling where I don't have to I bring multiple lip liners and pencils anyway, regardless, because I definitely am an overpacker, but I try to save room whenever I can. I forgot if I actually even, oh, what? I don't know if I told you guys the shade. It's called Naked Blush. I'm sorry, apologize. I'm like squirrel, squirrel, squirrel. So I'm going to use one end to just blur out my entire lip line. You'll see this is like this is like real blurring. Okay, so we have that all blurred, and I've just been, I don't know what it is, but I like this like really muted out look lately, and I genuinely don't know what it is. And then we're gonna go back in with the liner and just really define that cupid's bow. The look is gonna be a little bit more monochromatic today. I hope you guys don't mind. I was trying to find a more mauvier nude type of lip, because a lot of my other lipsticks are like a nude, like has a beige undertone or a pink undertone. So I'm gonna swatch these two. I think these two have a little bit more of like a purpley mauve undertone. There's that one. Let's see this one. This does give off a little bit more of a peachier undertone than this one, so I'm probably gonna go with this one. This one is called Back Talk from Urban Decay. This is their matte lipstick, and I'm gonna make this all monochromatic. Should I put a gloss on? I'm like thinking, I'm being like extra, I'm like being too extra right now. Maybe I should just, maybe no gloss today. Okay. Well, we are at that stage right now, everyone. Is that it's starting, we're winding down to the end of this video. I really hope you like this like purple, mauvey, darker look on me, and I so appreciate you guys being here the whole entire time. Thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, everyone. Mwah.